Hi there, it is Ryan. It's been a while since I've had a video update about anything, but I was thinking about something that I really wanted to share today. It's going to be a little bit different than what I would normally talk about. It's not really going to deal with any sort of specific mental illness. It's going to deal more with what I do, and I can imagine a lot of others do with mental illness. And mental illnesses that can um, definitely be detrimental to our overall mental health and well-being. Since I was young, and pardon me for this, but this whole thing is unscripted, so it's going to meander probably. But since I was young, I always knew that there was something different about me. There was something that I was experiencing that a lot of my friends and classmates weren't. I would get sad a lot. I would get anxious. I felt very different. I would see, kids on TV, movies, or just, on the playground and in real life, and I just felt isolated from them, like I was different. So I always knew there was something that kept me from really connecting with everybody on a sincere level. And I grew up still coping with these things and not quite knowing what was going on. Then I hit, 14, 15, and started to realize, I was having issues with depression. Um, and so I was diagnosed at that time with depression, which ended up being slightly wrong as I have bipolar, but that's kind of beside the point. And I got a label, and labels are dangerous. And that's something that's been hard learned for me over the years, but they can be so freeing, and then they can also be your your tomb at the same time. And they're freeing in the way that we have an explanation of why something is the way it is. And that was what it was like for me up until very recently, to be quite honest. I've always been the type of person that when something is wrong, we need to find a way to fix it. We need to find out why it's wrong and how we can fix it. And so I kind of got addicted to, I don't want to say addicted, but what would be the better word? I got really accustomed to finding what was wrong. And if you look hard enough, you will find something wrong. And I wanted an explanation on why everything was wrong in my life and why I was the way I was and every little imperfection I had. And again, if you're looking for it, you are going to find it. And unfortunately, that led to what I believe now are incorrect uh, diagnosis diagnoses of some mental illnesses that I don't believe I have, that were unfortunately diagnosed because of my manifestation of what I believed I had. And I may have a little bit of some of them or some of the symptoms. The symptoms themselves were real, but I believe that I thought they were much more impactful than they really were. And it really took up until a few months back, a good friend of mine, very strong lady that I have a lot of admiration for, kind of laid it out all there, like laid it all out for me. That she believed that I was living too much inside my head and feeling, I guess, making these illnesses the driver, I guess. Um, and I was the passenger. And just kind of sitting back and using it as an excuse and a reason as to why I am the way I am, instead of trying to change those things. It was kind of like a submission to these things. At first, I was really pissed. I had to take a walk. We were texting, and I was upset, and I was upset because she hit that nerve of you know, she's probably right. This makes a lot of sense. And so, eventually I thanked this person um, for bringing this to my attention. It was always, I mean, I always kind of wondered if it was an issue, but I never wanted to believe it. And so while I still have issues of the mental variety, I need to be the driver, and we all need to be the driver. And what we have as far as limitations aren't what make us. We make us. And those are just the passenger. That's the junk in the back seat. That's the loose tie rod. That's the dirty spark plugs. It doesn't shut the whole car down. It may make the trip harder, but we can still do it, and it doesn't ruin the entire car. Uh, Probably not the best analogy, but it's the first one I could pull. Uh, might as well end it here. It's a little over the 6 minute mark, but just really wanted to kind of put that out there, um, kind of explain what's been going on in my mind lately. And again, thank this person. You know who you are, for being honest and open and loving. And it's not something that I feel like I can repay, but I just want you to know that it's been a world of difference for me. Um, so I guess I'll end it there. I will talk to you guys at another time. Love you all.